Hello, my name is Chad Allgaier, and I am presenting a guide to help for families with children with Down syndrome. This will be a brochure-style presentation, and I will talk about programs and organizations for families that have children with Down syndrome. The first organization that I would like to talk about is the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. They are a public, nonprofit organization that improves lives through research, medical care, education, and advocacy. Services that they provide are a list of medical care centers across the United States. And this is very easy to use. You simply go to their website, go to their medical care centers tab, and from there they will give you a list of states and a map. And you can click on the map or the list of states to find out more information regarding the state that you want information from. For example, if I clicked on Arizona, they would give me a list of medical care centers in Arizona, and they would provide information regarding their contact information, which includes phone number and email. This is not an all-inclusive list, but it is a good jumping off point. Other services provided are dance programs, as well as Dare to Play programs. Dare to Play programs are only offered in Colorado, and these programs include cheer, football, and soccer, and these sports offer college and professionals in the sports to help explain the basics of the sport, and it also provides a good sense of community and belonging. They also offer I Love You dance parties. This is fully virtual now due to COVID, and this is offered for adults with Down syndrome. It seems very fun. It's a good place to make friends, hang out with friends, provides a good sense of community and belonging. It is a free attendance, which is great. They do recommend at least a $25 donation. However, this is not mandatory. They also offer global webinars. To access these webinars, you have to become a global member, which is $20 a year. And these webinars include research and medical care information that is up to date about Down syndrome. These are quarterly meetings, and they happen every year. So, how are needs met? Medical care centers are in an easy to access list. Dare to Play programs provide both physical activity as well as a stronger sense of community and teamwork. And as well as I Love You dance parties provide the same sense of community and teamwork as well as friendship. And why is this recommended for me? Well, I would say a strong sense of community and belonging is formed through this organization, which is a great resource that more families should use. The next one that I would like to talk about is the National Down Syndrome Society. The National Down Syndrome Society is an employment program that encourages more companies to employ people with disabilities. Services that they provide are DSWorks, and through DSWorks, they provide resume guides. An example of what a resume guide looks like is on the right of the slide, as well as free webinars. So, DS Works, they provide a resource guide that gives an in-depth explanation to getting into the workforce. Included in this research guide is things such as try volunteering. By try volunteering at places, this provides great training, hands-on training, as well as hands-on experience in the workforce, setting workplace practices. Some examples of these are setting goals for yourself that are obtainable and keeping things organized, as well as consistent communication. This consistent communication is ideal for talking with coworkers as well as communicating with your supervisors. They also include expectations from the workplace. This includes expectations for what the employee is supposed to do, as well as what the employer is supposed to do, such as making accommodations. And lastly, the resource guide from DS Works includes success stories from people that have Down syndrome that have been in the workplace, and they describe their own experience with being in the workplace with Down syndrome. Now, why do I recommend the National Down Syndrome Society? I recommend the National Down Syndrome Society because it provides helpful tools for entering the workforce. And these tools are very easy to read and very in-depth. To find more information about this, simply go to the website that I listed down below. The next place that I will talk about is the Down Syndrome Organization of Southern Nevada. This agency exists to help parents that have just had a child that has Down syndrome. Services that they provide are early intervention services. Now, these are important because early intervention services really helps enhance the development of infants and toddlers that have been diagnosed with Down syndrome. Now, each state has their own intervention services, and all of these intervention services will be tailored specifically to your family and to your child. Now, the Down Syndrome Organization of Southern Nevada is a good resource to help find these intervention services for your family. Other services that are provided are education as well as music therapy. For music therapy, there are 3 age ranges that they offer. The first is infant to 4 years old. Next is 5 years old till 13 years old. And the last is 14 years old and up. To access this, you have to be a Down Syndrome Organization of Southern Nevada member. And this membership asks for a donation that begins at $25. So why do I recommend the Down Syndrome Organization of Southern Nevada? I recommend them because they provide really helpful intervention guides, and intervention provides skills that are used later on in life, as well as music therapy, which is another great skill for families to use. More information is provided through the link down below, and that'll get you to their website. The next organization that I will talk about is the Down Syndrome Network of Northern Nevada. They want to empower those with disabilities and help them become valued members of the community in Reno. Services provided are First Call, and the First Call is a program that welcomes families that have a child with Down syndrome, and they will provide a gift basket, and they will also give out information regarding Down syndrome, a very good educational tool. And they also provide family support service, and this family support service can help find communities within Reno and educational assistance for your child. I recommend this because it's right where I live in Reno, and it's a good educational resource for the entire family to use. And the First Call is completely free. To learn more about this program, you can go to the link down below, and that gets you to their website as well. Finally, the last place that I will talk about is the Desert Regional Center. Now, the Desert Regional Center helps develop a support plan to utilize services that are offered. Some of the services that they provide are family support. In family support, these services include temporary care, in-home training, and financial assistance for those that are qualified. I will talk about financial assistance next slide. They also provide employment opportunities, and in that they help those with Down syndrome find employment, as well as community living arrangements. Now, community living arrangements can include group homes, which can be apartments, and in more severe cases, intermediate care facilities. In these intermediate care facilities, there's 24-hour care. And some of these facilities are operated by the state. However, these are time-limited facilities. So to access these services, there'll be funding, and this is how it will be funded. Medicaid will cover pretty much everything. However, those that do not have Medicaid will have to do a copay, and this copay is on a sliding scale. This sliding scale, to meet the criteria, you have to be at 300% poverty level. And for example, a family of one, so they have to be at least 18 years old, has to make less than $35,000 or $35,010, excuse me. If they make less than $35,010, they will be qualified for the financial assistance. And then if the family is larger than one, then each additional family member is an added $12,000, $12,180. To find out more information about the Desert Regional Center, simply go to that link down below. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you for hearing me. Lastly, to fulfill my identity verification requirement, here is my UNR ID.